A moving story set in the heart of Spain's royal palace, where a mother's love for her daughter disrupts the balance of emotions. Queen Letizia and Princess Leonor share a bond so strong that it leaves no one indifferent, not even King Felipe VI. Delve behind the scenes into a tender and touching relationship that resonates far beyond the palace walls. In the hushed corridors of the Zarzuela Palace, where the history of Spain is written day after day, an intimate scene recently shocked all those lucky enough to witness it. Queen Letizia, usually so controlled in her gestures and expressions, revealed a rare, almost palpable emotion towards her eldest daughter, Princess Leonor. It was not an official ceremony or a media event planned for the image of the crown, but a moment stolen from the private sphere, captured by chance glances, where a mother's tenderness seemed to suspend time. From a young age, Leonor was prepared to carry on her shoulders the weight of a unique destiny, that of one day becoming Queen of Spain. She grew up under the watchful eye of her parents, but above all under the vigilance of a mother who, beyond the protocol obligations, never ceased to watch over her as if she were the most precious of treasures. This special bond between Letizia and Leonor strengthened over the years, especially as the responsibilities weighing on the young heiress increased. Yet, that day, in a barely perceptible but significant gesture, the queen placed a protective hand on her daughter's shoulder, a simple touch that seemed to contain an entire silent conversation. Witnesses say that King Felipe, who was watching the scene a few steps away, remained frozen for a moment, surprised by the intensity of the moment. Not because he doesn't share this love for his daughter, but because he seemed to be discovering, or rediscovering, how singular the bond between Letizia and Leonor is, almost indecipherable to anyone who isn't part of it. This isn't the first time the Queen has shown her maternal instinct in public. We remember the images a few years ago of Leonor's swearing in before the Constitution, where her eyes shone with barely contained pride and emotion. But this recent episode, disarmingly sweet, has revived in public opinion the perception of Letizia as both sovereign and mother, aware that time is running out and that every gesture counts before Leonor fully assumes her role as future queen. For the young princess, these displays of affection are not trivial. They represent an emotional anchor in a daily life often governed by protocol and public image. Between official trips, media obligations and demanding military training, Leonor knows she can always find refuge in her mother's arms, far from prying eyes and expectations. In circles close to the royal family, some whisper that this close relationship even influences how Leonor views her future role. Letizia, a former journalist, imparts to her not only the codes of communication and diplomacy, but also a keen understanding of human emotions, a valuable asset for a 21st-century sovereign. King Felipe, for his part, observes this mother-daughter chemistry from a certain distance. Not because of a lack of closeness with Leonor, but because his position as head of state often requires him to maintain a more formal posture, including in the family sphere. Yet those who know him affirm that he is not indifferent to these outbursts of tenderness and that he sees in Letizia a valuable ally in preparing their daughter for her destiny. This moment of tenderness at the palace became, in the space of a few days, a topic of conversation throughout Spain. The media reported on it, social media seized on it, and the public was moved by this unexpected image of a monarchy often perceived as distant. The Spanish, who closely follow the development of their future queen, saw it as proof that behind the gilding and ceremony, there are sincere and indestructible bonds that transcend protocol. What is striking about this story is how a simple gesture can reveal so much about a family, a reign, and a legacy. Letizia didn't need to utter a word. Her gaze, her hand on Leonor's shoulder, were enough to say everything that official speeches cannot always express. A silent, yet infinitely powerful statement. What if this special bond between mother and daughter were to become, over time, one of the strongest pillars of the Spanish monarchy, capable of bringing it even closer to the people? After all, in a world where public image can make or break dynasties, sincerity and human warmth remain invaluable values. As Leonor continues her training, official deadlines pile up, and expectations become more pressing, it is certain that this maternal support will remain her safe haven. Perhaps it is here, in this intimate and strong relationship, that lies one of the secrets to the future stability of the crown. But beyond protocol and titles, this scene reminds us that before being a queen-to-be, Leonor is above all the daughter of a mother who loves her unconditionally. And you, do you think that this unique bond between Queen Letizia and Princess Leonor could transform the very future of the Spanish monarchy?